Hello guys, my name is IMac117 and today I am doing my review on Captain America Brave New World. So I just saw this movie, just got back from seeing it actually. So let me just do something first, computer's been stupid. Okay, hopefully that should be fine now. Okay, anyway, so yeah, I just saw Captain America Brave New World, I just got back from it. And basically is my thoughts on the film, I guess. I quite like doing these reviews, and it seems like people like them as well. They get a lot of views, so that's pretty cool. So, yeah, we're going to try and keep doing them. And I'm going to try and see more movies this year. Starting off with this, Captain America Brave New World. Yeah, it's not great. It is going to be a movie that I think a lot of people are going to look back on and go, it's not great, you know. I think, like, you know, in the overall MCU-ness, to me, it's a Thor: The Dark World, Iron Man 2 and 3, you know, just that it's just fine. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I feel about it. Like, there's nothing massively to hate about it. And to me, there was, like, I'll probably watch it again when it comes to Disney Plus and stuff. But overall, it's just a mess of a plot. It really had like Spider-Man 3 vibes of just all these supervillains being there for really no reason and just kind of taking up time for no reason. And it is just a massive kind of, you know, plot that just doesn't really work well together. And I think a lot of people have said that from what I've heard or what I've read. I will just say, from the stuff I like about it, I think Anthony Mackie is actually really good in this. I think he's really good as Sam Wilson. I don't think he's, like... I think, like, he's a good Captain America, but I don't think he's never going to be on the level of Steve Rogers. I think that's just what it is. And he doesn't really have that inspiringness that Steve had. That's how I kind of felt about him. But I still think he was really good as the character. Harrison Ford, I think, is fine in this. I still think William Hurt was better as Thunderbolt Ross. I think he was the better actor when it came to this character. I liked Falcon as well. The new Falcon, I think he's nice and pretty cool. I also liked the other super soldier that I cannot remember his name. Bradley, I think his name was. He was really good. The one character I could not stand was, I think her name's Sabre or something. She's basically Captain Israel, to put it simply. That's her character from the comics, which has been a very controversial thing about this film. And actually, there was a protest at the world premiere for Free Palestine and all that. So that has created some controversies. They do say that she is from Israel. So, yeah. I just hate her character, though. Her character was so annoying in this, and she's tiny, like, tiny, and she's taking on, like, really big people, you know what I mean? And there's that real MCU-ness of it, of just this one little girl taking on all these big grown men, and she's just like, how is she head of security, you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those kind of things, and it really just throws you off, but every scene with her was really just... did not like it. It just felt like it's that thing of, oh, we have to have a woman in here. But honestly, just get someone better. Like, fuck. I just did not like her character at all. Gil, I can't remember his name. Guillermo Esposito, whatever his name, Moff Gideon, you know, that guy. He's fine in this. He has a pretty cool fight scene with Cap, which is pretty funny as well, actually. But it's just, once again, like, he's just, like, it's just kind of a waste of an actor and waste of a character. Like, I doubt we'll ever see this character again. You know, and it's just kind of like he's there and then he's gone. You know what I mean? Like, it was just kind of a waste. It felt like they were just like, oh, we need a villain. We'll get this actor. He's good at playing villains. Like, that's what it felt like. He's like Mads Mikkelsen. You know, you always get Mads Mikkelsen to play a villain because he's good at playing villains. You know what I mean? That's how I feel about him in this. Um, the leader sucked. I didn't like the leader. The actor's fine, but it was just more, I hated the design. The motivations made sense, but it just wasn't planned out very well. It is, by the way, like, if you have not seen Incredible Hulk, you're going to be very confused about half of the shit that happens in this. Excuse me, I just ate. Oh, fucking hell. There we go. I'm going to die on screen. Yeah, but I just did not like the leader design at all. I thought how he looks fucking shit, and I think they could have done such a better job and just made it look so much better. Sorry. Did I mention it's hot? It's very hot today. Yeah. The action's fine. The action's weird in this movie, right? Like, there's scenes where the action is really good, and then there's scenes where the action and the cutting of the film is just awful. And that's really the biggest problem with this film, is how it's structured, and the camera, like, the shots and the editing and just everything like that. It's just not well done at all. And you can tell what was reshot and what wasn't. That was one of my biggest issues with this film, was that you can just tell that was a reshoot and that wasn't, and that, this was edited to be this, and it's just super obvious. And that's kind of the saddest thing about this film. And I knew, like, it's not a complete disaster like Justice League. To me, Justice League is top tier disaster when it comes to that type of stuff, of reshoots and everything. And then we obviously got the Zack Snyder's Justice League, which was way better. But yeah, so I was just looking at something. Yeah, so that's kind of my biggest issue with this. I will say probably my favorite two scenes in the film was definitely Red Hulk. Red Hulk is amazing in this. The reason I actually wanted to see the film is incredible. Unfortunately, not long enough. It needed to be longer. If anything, I think it needed another Hulk fight scene. Like, the whole thing of the Red Hulk is that it's a mystery. You don't know who he is. And I still say, like, it needed another scene where Red Hulk shows up and he's just doing damage, and then you have no idea who it is. And then you find out at the end that, oh, he's going to kill the president. And then you find out it's actually the president. That would be the best way of revealing that. But no, he only shows up at the very end. And you find out how and why. And I will say the fight between him and Cap is fucking awesome. It's actually probably the best fight in the whole film. And seeing a Rage Hulk is fucking awesome. It's like, give us that. I want to see that Hulk again. I doubt we'll see Red Hulk again. Maybe. I mean, Harrison Ford's getting pretty fucking old now. But honestly, yeah, he's probably the best part of the film. It was the part I enjoyed the most. Yeah, unfortunately, though, the one thing I have an issue with is this film, like, there's a lot of things, but another thing I have an issue with this film is that there's a lot of times that Falcon should have died. Like, oh my god, there are so many times that you're like, he should have died there. Like, he should have died. Yep, that's him dead. Oh yeah, he should have died. There's a lot of even Falcon at one point that you're like, oh, he should be dead. And that's kind of my biggest issue. It kind of gave me Black Widow vibes, actually. Black Widow had a lot of scenes where she just, like, somehow survived stuff, and you're like, how is she not dead, And that kind of happens in this. There's even a part where you see in the trailer where Falcon comes right down, lands, no fucking problem. I'm like, no, going at that speed, you're... I don't care if you're wearing a vibranium suit or not. You're dead. And that's kind of my biggest issue with the film as well. There's a lot of times where it's just, you should be dead. And then continuity is all out of whack in the MCU. Because another thing that I had a problem with is, like, in the last TV show with Falcon was that they were telling us that people didn't want him to be Cap because he's black. Then people, that he couldn't afford getting a nice house because of he's black. Like, that was the whole show was basically telling us that he shouldn't be Cap because he's black. That was the whole purpose of the show. That's why people meme that, because it's like, are you fucking stupid? And then in this, everyone's fine with him being Cap, and on top of that, he has a really nice apartment. And I'm just like, I thought this guy was, like, not allowed to, like, it's just weird. I don't know why it's, not doing their research, obviously, which has been a big thing. Like, there was even apparently rumors of fight scenes where that Cap was taking punches from Hulk, no fucking problem, and surviving. And there's a lot of times it's still in there, but they fix it with, like, the wings and the vibranium stuff and all that. So you can withstand it. But yeah, that's been a big issue with Marvel though. They've been getting all these directors and writers who've never read a Marvel comic book or even seen any of the films, and that's why you get all these really disjointed films. Yeah. But as I said, my other favorite scene in the film was actually the fight between Cap and the Gilmore Esposito. I don't know what his first name is. They have a cool fight scene in a car park kind of thing. It's so random and out of nowhere though. But it's just, there's just this part where he does a move and you're just like, holy shit. Like, it just comes out of nowhere. There is one post-credit scene as well, but it's not really worth it. Just Google it, honestly. It's right at the end of the film. Just Google it. It's kind of hinting at Secret Wars and all that, basically. Yeah. There's like two kind of cameos, if you want to call them that. One was nice, the other one I didn't really care for, but the first one was definitely nice. It was a nice surprise. But I don't know, it's just okay. It's a very okay film. I don't hate it. I didn't think it was massively woke. I think it has those kind of themes in it. But I didn't think it was... It's not as bad as, like... What's been the wokest Marvel? To me, the wokest Marvel stuff has been, like, the Disney Plus shows, like Falcon Winter Soldier and WandaVision. Like, they've been the shittiest ones. And to me, I didn't get that from this. I just got a film that just felt very incomplete and just didn't really know what it was being. Like, it felt like a rushed plot. It felt like it was put together weirdly. And, yeah, I just think there's elements of good stuff in here. Like as I said, I think Red Hulk's fucking amazing. But... yeah, overall, it's a very disappointing film. I think for me, out of 10, I'm going to give it probably a 4 out of 10. I think it's, as I said, it's got some good scenes in it. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it is very forgettable. And I think people are just going to be like, oh, remember Captain America? Yeah, I'm going to watch Winter Soldier. And that's another thing. It felt like just a crappier version of Winter Soldier. Like, that's the best way to describe it, thinking about it in the end. It's a bit sad. But anyway, guys, tell me what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Ciao.